with Tampa Bay minus 10.5 at Carolina. So Carolina sucks.
It's really, really bad.
The quarterback situation isn't good. Their defense isn't very good. C-Mac's okay, and that's about the only thing that they have going for them. They just traded one of their top receivers, who still wasn't a great receiver, but was one of their top receivers. So, and Tampa Bay and Tom Brady off a loss has been very, very good, and I think will be very, very good again. I think that's like a 27-7 type of game.
It's going to be a blowout.
Yeah. All right, how about Atlanta +6 at Cincinnati? Atlanta's 6-0 against the spread.
Okay, so you're just blindly playing the numbers here, or do you see something here that you like? Do you like Atlanta to keep it close with Cincy?
I do like Atlanta to keep it close, Cincy, because I think they can run the football and kind of play a little bit of keep away.
Okay.
And I know Cincy's got a decent defensive line, but I think Atlanta and what Mariota can do with his legs primarily is going to be able to extend some drives, keep Joe Burrow off the field a little bit. And yes, Atlanta's 6-0 against the spread. They're playing the numbers here.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I like that. There's the average NFL game's decided by 4 points. So
there you go. All right, how about the Giants?
There too.
The Giants +3 at Jacksonville. So here's the thing, and I like Doug Peterson, but so far Brian Daboll has been a very, very good head coach. Very good, which means they're going to be competitive in every game they play. They're going to keep it close. Plus, last time I bet against them, I bet, Baltimore -5.5 this past
and
week.
They covered. And
they won. They covered and won. And Jacksonville's defensive line is good, but they're dealing with a couple injuries. And their offensive line isn't very good.
Yeah.
So I think
kind of a recipe for disaster there.
Kayvon Thibodeau, Leonard Williams up the middle for the Giants. They're going to be able to, kind of limit what they can do offensively for Jacksonville.
Yeah.
All right. So we're split on this one in our predictions, so I guess maybe this is just me talking here. The Jets +1.5 at Denver. So, again, unless you think Denver's winning by a point.
No.
But, yeah. So, but here's the thing. The Jets, they can run the football, and they have to run the football because Zach Wilson only had, 99 yards passing. So that is a bit of a concern because he's not super dynamic throwing the ball.
So. Yeah.
But that's a tough secondary to throw on in Denver. So I don't think it's that big of an issue because they probably weren't going to be able to put up points anyway through the air. So they're going to have to run the football. And they can run the football. And Denver, that's where you can get them, up the middle.
Hey, look, I'm trying to make some money. Sometimes I bet against what I predict. So this will be one where,
That way it's a win-win.
And plus, it's probably pretty good odds to win you at least some money.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely it is. Especially being on the road in Mile High. It's going to be a test for the young team, but I think they're up to it. The momentum's moving in that direction. I'll go with the Jets. +1.5.
Broncos to win, though.
All right, we'll see.
I'm telling you, you're going to be wearing the tiara next week. I need it.
Doubtful. Let's go New England -8 at home versus Chicago. Look, we know what Bill Belichick does against young quarterbacks. And Justin Fields, at one point, I think going into Week 6, he had 49 completions in 5 games. That is just so bad.
That's poor. That's really
bad. I don't know if it's play calling or if it's him or it's probably a little bit of both. Somewhere the truth lies somewhere in the middle, like I always say. But that is so. And here's the thing about Bailey Zappi or Mac Jones, right? Within the structure of the offense, they're fine. It's the problem is when Mac starts turning the ball over, and Bailey Zappi hasn't been doing that so far.
He's been kind of mistake free, yeah.
He's made a couple mistakes, but they haven't been in critical moments, and that's when you'd prefer it, right? Yep.
You imagine with Belichick, he's going to understand those moments and kind of scale things back when he needs to.
Right, and he's done a very, very good job. And here's the thing, at Western Kentucky, he was a pretty solid quarterback. He put up major stats. He broke the record for most passing touchdowns in a season, I want to say. I think Joe Burrow ended up beating it. But regardless, I know he put up record numbers at Western Kentucky. Or no, maybe he beat Joe Burrows. One of the two. He's up there in the top 2 with Burrow for the most touchdowns in a season. So he can sling the rock. Absolutely, he can sling the rock. Big arm, pretty accurate, and he's mobile enough. They call it. I think Trent Dilfer called it like functional quarterback movement. Right? He's not Lamar. He's not Kyler. But he'll wiggle in the pocket. Like Brady is the king of this, fun. Right? Yeah. Brady will step up. He'll manipulate the pocket. I think Zappi can do that a little bit. And I'm not comparing him by any means, but that type of movement, right? A little bit in the pocket. You don't have to be an insane athlete. Can you get out on the edge a little bit, throw on the run? That's about it.
Yeah.
So
hey, WKU, they produce their quarterback.
Western Kentucky, there you go. So